the Balance Doctor. And all of our guests that come on, they're either people that have overcome some tremendous odds in their own lives as they balance this thing called life, or they're experts and they're here to share tips and strategies that will help you better balance and manage your life. Grab your virtual seats and let's get ready for some real, relevant, and relatable content on today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Yes, 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 yes. It is the Kim Jacobs Show, and we are bringing balance to the world one household at a time. And guess who we bring in balance to the world with today? Your Freestyle Friday experts. Right here on the Kim Jacobs Show, we have, I should have did a drum roll. I got new sound effect. Wait a minute. We have Natasha Halliday, our Yes, that's right. I want all of y'all.
Thank you.
To show some love to our Freestyle Friday experts, we have none other than Sharon D. Brown, our self-carepreneur expert.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, come through. And y'all know we have the woman of many hats expert, Vicki L. Evans is in the house. How are you, Vicki?
I am doing very well.
And y'all, okay. Now it's different whenever it hits differently when we deal with sunshine, because no matter how dreary it is, we're going to have the heart of the Kim Jacobs Show Freestyle Friday expert, none other than our sunshine expert, Athena Robertson.
Hi.
Oh, y'all, listen, I don't know. That threw me straight into a high flash. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't know what word made me do that. Listen, we're getting ready to have ourselves a great time. On today's episode, we're here with our Freestyle Friday experts, and we're just starting this 2026 with these particular experts. We have many experts that come on Fridays and they kind of rotate through, but I was like, okay, we're gonna have like our own reunion here. So I'm so excited to have you all here with us. How were the holidays, real briefly, just like in about a 2-minute time frame? Natasha, how were your holidays?
Mine were challenging.
Oh,
My mother was ill.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. How is your mom doing? Okay now?
She's getting there.
Okay. Well, you know what? Know that you're not on an island by yourself, even though I know we come on and we get on this show, and this is the time that we really connect. We have each other's cell phone numbers, and I really believe in being here the way a person needs you to be here for them. So always know that all of us on this screen, we're here for you, however you need us to be.
Thank you.
Okay. Seriously, if you need just a word of prayer, put your mom on speaker. I will pray. It's my honor to pray for her, okay? And to pray with her. All right. How are you? Athena?
I'm doing well. And the holidays was fabulous.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because you're going to keep it all basic and everything, but we know you were on a trip, so.
Yeah. I celebrated my mom's birthday and my honey's birthday. So it was full of festivities and all of these January babies. They just keep coming. The celebrations just keep coming. So yeah, it was very, very much needed time of vacation and celebration with the family.
And no, you're not calling him Rafi. Okay. Are you calling him honey? Okay.
Honey.
That means we need to do a little lunch date so we can talk about what's going on with honey, right?
Honey.
Don't think that went over our heads. We caught that. Okay, listen, woman of many hats, tell us about your holidays. How were everything?
It was absolutely wonderful. I traveled to Virginia to be with my wonderful children, and all three of them were there. And we had a little celebration on Christmas Eve with my ex. So life is getting better.
That right there, that part, the X, right? Okay, good. I'm excited to hear that. And then also Sharon D. Brown. How was your holidays? Well, first of all, we know you celebrated a birthday. So before you talk, everybody that can sing for a quick second, say happy.
Happy birthday to you.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, go.
It's gonna be different.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. Oh,
Yes.
we have got to get better. But anyway, happy birthday.
Oh, when we
Our
were
happy
on
birthday needs a
frequencies.
prayer.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, but it was on different frequencies, so
It was on
came in
different frequencies, but that's all right. I meant that from my heart.
Tell us about
Exactly.
your birthday and the holidays, Sharon.
Yes, with the holidays and my birthday, it was wonderful and amazing to be able to be spent with friends and family, and then also to spend it with myself as well.
And that's that whole self-carepreneur perspective. So spending that time with yourself is huge too. So congratulations, happy birthday, another year to be able to salt the earth. For my holidays, I had a chance to spend it. We talking about ex. My ex came over and I it's this whole thing on social media I posted where I was able to gift him some of his own stuff that he had left. I was like, this belonged to you. So I gave him his own things and he was opening it with such sincerity. He was like, oh, what is this? What is this? And it was his own stuff. It was just his own clothing and stuff that he left. So that was pretty comical. And then my son turned 25. So I was so excited. We did board games and fun card games and stuff.
Yes.
That was a really great way to bring in his 25th birthday. So I really enjoyed my time with family and friends. All right. And tell us too in the studio audience, how did you enjoy your holiday? Anything special? We'll pop it up on the screen. But today we are going to be talking about open doors and opportunities. Is everything really an opportunity? Is everything really for you? Is it an open door or not? Let's talk about it. So let's see. Anybody, Athena, bring some sunshine. Talk to us and give us a point about open doors and opportunities.
Well, as you know, this is open door, by the way, because we're only 9 days into the new year. So listen. Open door is an opportunity. Some doors are going to need to be shut. How are you planning to walk through these doors? How are you knowing which doors to walk through? So you want to make sure in this open door season, as well as you're prepping, you're planning, you're celebrating, you're equipped, but know that God doesn't put much on us than we can bear, right? So therefore, when a door open, don't be so hasty to run through it. Don't be so hasty to walk through it, because you just want to make sure that you're walking through the right door. Some doors could be all prettied and beautified up. Some doors can have a kind of emotion or feeling with it. So, emotions and feelings, they go away. They come and they go. So just take time to think before you go through the door. Always do it in prayer. You know me, I'm going to pray up because I need to make sure that I'm making the right decision. Because again, if you open the door, guess what? You got to close the door. So you don't want to open a door that should have been closed from the get-go, when you're just traveling through, but then you come to a bump in the road. So I definitely say when doors or opportunities come open for us this season, let's just be mindful to make sure that we are planned, we are prepped, and know that we're equipped. You're equipped to handle anything. We are equipped to handle anything. First and foremost, let me say that we have our own strengths, we have our own weaknesses. So it's best in this season that you know what your strengths and your weaknesses are as you continue to make moving forward. So I'm all excited about the open doors, about this season of open doors and which ones to go through. Again, let's just be careful and look at all the warning signs. Don't get a warning sign and ignore it and be like, oh, that wasn't for me. No, that was exactly for you. And it was for you. So let's say heed to the warning signs, just so you don't make no mistakes. And then guess what? Ain't nobody here a gatekeeper. It's all for us to share with somebody else. So trust the same lessons and blessings that we learn, we're going to share it with somebody else. Please share it. If you see somebody getting ready to go through an open door, how about accountability? Let's say, hey, sis, don't you do that. That's not the way you want to go. Let's think about it before you take that step. So always helping somebody else out is always a blessing too. So this season, I'm about being intentional, accountability, and very purpose driven. And yes, we said that you do things different every year, but definitely do things in this season that is gearing you towards your purpose. If it's going to take time for you to get started, nobody's rushing you, but you at self-pace, but don't get stagnant and don't procrastinate. So listen, pay attention, be blessed, and enjoy the open doors that you're meant to walk through.
That's good. You just like you started things off. You started things off right. Okay, y'all. I'm putting Athena's information up here too, just to make sure you all know how to stay connected with this beautiful sunshine expert right here as our expert on the Kim Jacobs Show. Natasha, tell us a point too from when we're talking about it's a new year, it's 2026. There are a lot of open doors and opportunities. What advice do you have to share with people just as we kick off here?
I'm going to start by saying, think about what you're going to choose and what you're going to refuse. We often spend time ending the year and coming into the new year looking at what's been going on, what are we doing? And so part of that reflection can include, are there things we can get into habits, we can get into routines that don't serve us? Are we going to choose to continue those things that don't serve us, or are we going to refuse to continue those things that don't serve us? Examining your behaviors, your habits, your thought processes. This part right here, I don't think we know how much we're supposed to think about what we think. That's right. And so are there mindsets that you need to refuse to continue with? Are there mindsets that you need to adapt and choose? Right? Some people say, I'm naturally a pessimist. Why can't you choose to speak more positive and speak more light? Right. And keep speaking it till you become that optimist that you think that you're not. But there's choice. You know, not every thought that pops into our head we have choice over, but we choose to entertain it or not. So it might have come unannounced and unwelcome, but I can choose to let you in, sit you down, give you tea and crumpets, or I can refuse to have you stay and choose a thought that is better for me. Thought that is in line with where I want to go, the thought that for believers that are in line with the word of God, a thought that is going to bring me joy and peace. That's good. And even reframe a difficult situation, because we're often chasing comfort. I know the Holy Spirit's been on me about that. We chase comfort, but can we choose to see if this is how God is going to allow the process, trust him that it's going to work out, and see the good in it, even when it doesn't feel good? That's a choice.
Seeing the good in it, even when it doesn't feel good. How do you recommend, and anybody can answer this, but how do you recommend that people exercise that right to choose? Because when we say it, we hear life is full of choices, but then when it comes time where the rubber meets the road, people don't always know how to implement that choice, that right to choose. Any suggestions, anybody?
I would say my suggestion might be a little different, because a lot of times we are on pause. We rather stay in safe spaces. Sometimes you got to leap. You just get out there and you just leap and see where God, because first of all, we have a big God, and see where God is going to take you, because faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things what? You may not see it, not seen, but you may not see it, but take a big leap. And what do you have to lose? If it doesn't work, regroup, recalibrate, and try again.
That's it. Now,
what you said about not being seen, because we sometimes don't choose other things because we don't see other options. So pausing to say, what else might be an option? Is there another way to see this? We don't recognize that we often first interpret a situation through the point of our previous pain. So is my pain speaking to me, and do I need to silence the pain so that I can see that there are other options, that I can see there's more things to do? And then when you have options, you know you have choice. What am I going to choose? You may feel like you only have one choice if you don't know there's other options. But if I can look at the options, then I can make a choice from the spectrum of my options.
Excellent advice. Excellent advice. Yeah, that was already just from our Natasha Halliday, our mental health expert. So as you're going through 2026, make sure you are exercising your right to almost force a choice, to make it work in your favor, versus choosing something that you consistently choose over and over again, and you literally keep getting the same result. And so something has to change and shift in order for us to get a different outcome in our life. Okay, Sharon D. Brown, talk to us and give us a tip about dealing with open doors and opportunities.
Yeah. So when it comes to open doors, a lot of times we're looking at the open doors that's external of us, but we need to also look at the doors that are inside of us. Because when we're not able to see or even work on the doors that are within us, we miss the doors that are outside of us. And that goes back into those missed opportunities and options and things like that. And so one of the ways that you can do that, I always bring it back to self. And that's when you are able to sit in silence so that you can nurture your nervous system. Because when that nervous system to say leaping is good, and I definitely believe in leap, but then sometimes your nervous system say danger, danger, danger. So you make those adjustments where it doesn't feel. And that's where that internal work comes in so that you can see the opportunities that's really out there, because you don't want to miss it. And even if things don't work out the way that you think that it should, it is still a good opportunity, because now you know what adjustments you need to make inside your mind, inside your heart, and inside your soul. Because without the opportunities, you're not going to know what type of adjustments that you need to make. Because when you're stagnated and staying still too long, then you're not moving anywhere. And so again, don't always be looking at the external opportunities, but look at the internal opportunities within yourself so that you can have the options of the external opportunities there.
Oh, yeah. Look within. Look within. A lot of answers are lying right inside of us, and some of them are dormant because none of us are. We're always looking to other people to endorse us or to tell us our worth or our value. And a lot of our solutions are right within inside of us. So that is just beautiful advice, Sharon D. Brown. Okay. I'm looking over here so I can put your information up too, as far as how people can stay connected with you. So I will be pulling that up in a second, but go ahead, Vicki L. Evans, and take it away. Say some things over here, please. That's some great advice.
Once again, I am so excited about this new year. And I think everyone starts off with this excitement and then they're like, oh, okay. But I was looking at a scripture last night. It's in Revelation. I believe it's Revelation 3 and 8. It says, I love the first word. It says, behold, look, I have set before you an open door. And so when I look at that, an open door, that means there are choices, there are opportunities. And, it didn't say a few open doors, right?
Right.
So it looks like it means there are unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. And I was listening to the other ladies talk, and I know I started off talking about a leap. So I'm in a different, let's say, business genre than most people. I'm in the entertainment business. So with us, we are more prone to leap, to get out there on faith and to see what's out there, because everything I do is about a new opportunity. If it's a new cast, a new stage, a new theater production, everything is new, everything new.
Hey! I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing that as a pastor as well. I'm not a pastor. I'm a pastor now. Okay. I was like, hey, that'll be on the internet. I'm like, oh, okay, go ahead. Put my tongue back in my mouth.
And I want to go real quick, and I'm not going to talk long, but where Athena said something, like every door is not for you. The doors, see, God knows our work. So we got to know him in order to know which door is for us. But then if we find ourselves straying and going through the wrong door, I always think about a haunted house. I hate them. because you don't know what's going to touch you, what's going to pop out at you. What I don't like haunted houses. And the thing about it, if you enter into that door, you got to keep going to the exit, because if you turn around, you got more of the same. So I just want to say, make sure you go through the right doors. Walk through the right doors this season. But I'm excited because I just feel like God has opened doors for me, and I'm ready to walk in them. I'm excited.
That's good. That's good. Okay, yeah, that's like, you know what, I'm typing, I'm doing so much over here. But walking through the right doors, make sure you go through the right doors this season. Unlimited doors and unlimited opportunities. And that's from Vicki L. Evans. I wanted to go back and put Sharon D. Brown's information up. Y'all make sure that you are connecting with these experts on their personal platforms. And I am Sharon D. Brown on Instagram and on all social media platforms. You can find Sharon. She has some programs that's free to the community to take away any excuses that people have to not be able to take care of themselves. So make sure that you take advantage of all that she's offering. VickiLEvans.com. Vicki, that's correct, right? Vicki L. Evans. And if you go to Vicki L. Evans on all social media platforms, you'll also be connected with Vicki as well. All right. So let's see. Well, I think that some doors that we go through is important for us to know that not every door is an opportunity. Sometimes it's a test, in my opinion. It's a test from what God is trying to get us to see, that you almost weigh the spirit by the spirit and see, is this an opportunity for me? Just because something is an opportunity does not always mean that that makes it my opportunity. And so for me, it's important for me to always evaluate, God, what do you want me to do in this season, and who is it going to benefit? There are some opportunities that I personally take advantage of, already knowing that it does not benefit me personally, but it's something that I can expose somebody else to, that maybe they will hear it from me. Anybody ever have that happen? That there are some opportunities that you do pursue and take advantage of. I'll say, for example, network marketing is a lot of different things that I participate in. I'm a customer. I purchase the products. I share with other people, but it's not that I would have necessarily wanted to be a part of that particular group, if that makes sense. Anybody relate to what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But other people get exposed and they benefit from it. So I'm like, yay, it helped somebody.
Because sometimes it's a lesson. There are two types of things. There's a blessing and a lesson. Mm-hmm. And some things that we encounter, they're a lesson, and they may not go in the manner that we are accustomed to. It may not be for us to add it to our portfolio, but you learn from it. I had one of those experiences last year, where I had to learn. Sometimes you think you have everything in order, in the right order. Like for me, I thought, I knew exactly how to write contracts until I had a contract dispute. And then I had to regroup and realize that there were some things I had to do differently. I learned some things that I needed to include in my contracts, but it was a lesson, and I'm glad that I went through it. I don't think I want to repeat it, but I'm glad I went through it in order to learn that lesson.
That's good. I'm glad you used that as an example, because we do think we know. We only know what we know. But then we realize quickly when something happens that I need to be more educated in that area, and had no idea that I didn't know until the rubber meet the road, and now you're in a situation. So this is good. This is really good. So let's go back if we can. Natasha, do you want to have any additional points that you'd like to just share with people? I wanted it to be a rotation so everybody gets a chance to get a few points in.
With the idea of open doors?
Open doors. Let's still stay on that, because I think it's so much more that we can say about open doors.
I think another thing to consider when we're looking at opening doors or going through an open door is looking at where the expectation's coming from, or what the hope is. because sometimes we go through doors out of obligation. Right? Like if you talk to somebody, you're like, why'd you do that? Well, that was expected of me, my family. I became a lawyer because everybody in my family was lawyers. But is that your heart, your passion? Is that your purpose? Right. So even when we look at the doors, some doors are open. And so we think because it's open, we go through it. But not every door is for us. Not every door holds responsibilities that we were meant to carry. So looking at, I think sometimes it's the pacing of going through the door, going through a bit of that evaluation process before you go through the door, because you don't want to go through the door and then be bitter about everything on the other side of it, or not enjoy. Not everything in life is going to be blissful all the time, but we sometimes enter doors we don't need to enter. And so taking that time to pause and evaluate that before we make that choice, and then looking at, is this even the door that I'm supposed to go through? Or is this a door I want to go through? Or do
that's
I feel
key? Want. That's good. That's
now,
good.
as a believer, sometimes God's saying, go through that door. I'm like, if it were up to me, I wouldn't go through that door, Lord. But so sometimes we go through the doors we wouldn't have chosen. But it's all about the knowing of
that's good.
The purpose of what's behind that door, and being more intentional about that.
That's really good. I saw you, Vicky. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, I want to add to what Natasha said, because sometimes it's all about obedience. It's about obedience. Some doors will not open until you go through one door, because you have to be obedient. Get in that door, and sometimes God won't even open up the other opportunities until you're obedient and go through that first door. Then the second door will open, and then, because sometimes the test and the lesson is all about obedience. Obedience, it even says that obedience is better than sacrifice. Sometimes you can analyze, and sometimes I'm an analytical person, so sometimes I'll overanalyze.
Me too.
And so I'm sitting there and waiting, and you don't want to miss opportunities because you overanalyze.
That's right.
Be obedient, get through that door, and you will see other doors open for you.
Woo, y'all. Get through one door and get to the other door, because there are more doors to come, but you have to take that first step. Athena, say something, sunshine expert.
Yes, I was gonna say, oh man, so much good stuff. So I like when Ms. Vicky said it's a lesson, and every blessing is a lesson. And it is a lesson when you go through the door. And also obedience is better than sacrifice. And I would say confidence. When you go through the door, the first door you went through, know that your confidence is going to be greater to go through the next door. So know that what carried you through the first door, that was good. You made it through. For example, everybody uses the workout thing for the new year. Well, I'm going to lose weight.
Right.
And everybody starts off on a good track. And we do. We get the proper sleep. Some of us is meal prepping. Some of us is giving up things. And that is great. But knowing that's the first door. And that's the test, and being obedient. So know that when you get ready to go to the second door, your confidence has grew, and it's a greater demand on it, right? So it ain't going to be the same what you handled in the first door that you came through. It's going to be different, and it's going to be greater. So be prepared. And I think Ms. Vicky says she's in a season where she's prepared to walk through the doors that God is opening for her. And guess what? That took obedience, that took sacrifice, that took prepping, that took planning. And I promise you, she's got a different story for each door she's stepping through in the entertainment business. It's a different story. And let me tell you, if you're not following Vicky L. Evans on Facebook, or Sharon D. Brown, or Natasha Holiday, because these ladies, or the Sunshine Expert, or Kim Jacobs, let me tell you, we all have a story, but you can see each year how we have grown. I am just mind blown at the obedience and the sacrifice, and how God continued to smile upon me and all these beautiful ladies on the platform. And you can see our journeys, and we grow each year. We grow greater, and we go greater. And you be like, oh, I ain't know that about these ladies. Well, look, listen, the journey is real. The doors are real. Let me tell you that. And going through the wrong door, you can learn from your mistakes. Let me tell you, if you get a hiccup and you go through the wrong door, I can say for myself, I am like Miss Vicky. I did not turn around. Because by the time you turn around, guess what? The door is closed. You went through, whether you made the right decision or not. Now you got to suck it up. Put your big girls on. Suck it up, buttercup. Suck it up, buttercup. And listen, let's go ahead and hustle and bustle because
Uh-huh.
guess what? The beautiful thing about God, He gives us grace and mercy.
Mhm.
Let me tell you, He gives, and He's gentle at it, but don't misuse it.
Mm.
Come to grips with yourself and say, Lord, I know I wasn't supposed to go this way. You was trying to tell me to go right. I was trying to go left because I thought I could take a shortcut, and it looked like that's where I needed to go. At the whole time, God is saying, but nope, not at all. But
Mm.
guess what? Gone through,
Mm.
follow the journey on out, and learn from that. Learn, take the wisdom, take the knowledge, and learn from that. Because guess what? Once that door closed, now here come the retest.
Right.
We missed the mark the first time. Fine. Give yourself grace. And I think my sister Natasha, she said it maybe last year. Give yourself the space and grace. Give yourself space and grace. Forgive and move forward. Don't get hung up. Don't get woe is me. Yes, woe is me, standing in the need of a prayer. Yes, go to God in prayer so you can re-equip, recalibrate, refresh, so you could go through the next door, the proper door, on time, and doing it the right way. So that's what I would say. It's like, listen, as you get ready, you get prepared. We are equipped. We are equipped. And every door is not, like Natasha said, it's not going to be blissful. It's not. You're going to have the hustle and bustle of you going through the war zone at first, and then you on the other side of the rainbow, just shining, so blessed and uplifted, and like, oh, I'm glad I came through that. And again, remember, I said it in the beginning, you're gonna have to use that to help somebody else out. So get ready. I'm excited.
That's
I'm
some
excited.
good. This is some great teaching. One of the things that God gave me as a theme for 2026 at our church is now faith. Walk in what you believe. And so all throughout 2026, this is what I'll be teaching and ministering on at Promise Fellowship Church. And as I've been talking about this, one of the things that He put in my spirit was that when we say we have now faith, this is present tense, right now, today, faith, not about what's to come, what's behind us and all of that stuff, but right in the present moment. What am I going to do to walk in what I say I actually believe? A lot of times we say things out of our mouth, but we don't really put that into motion, into practice. And we're afraid. We are afraid. And so the encouragement that I have for you all today, as we're talking about walking through doors, is get past fear. Get past any fear that you're experiencing, because if God called you to do it, He's assigned you to it, then He's going to make it work the way it needs to, whether it looks like it's working for your good or not. It's always working out for you and somehow for somebody else, because God assigned you to it. So as long as we know we're in alignment with God's will and what His purpose is for our lives, then we can just walk boldly through the different doors that we experience. Okay. And so that's my encouragement to you. Sharon D. Brown, you have any additional comments you want to say for open doors? And then we're going to eventually transition over to some trending topics. Go. Oh, you got a tickle? You want to go to somebody else first?
No, I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I think I am. Yeah, pretty much what I want to hone in on is that we were talking about missed opportunities. And sometimes we miss the opportunities because we're hiding and hustling. And when you're hiding and hustling, it's hard to see. And it's also, you don't always have the energy, to be able to move forward and to be able to see what's there. And so how can you really have the visibility? And then going back to what Kim was saying earlier, to be even to put yourself in rooms, not only where you will have opportunities, but where others will have opportunities too. And when you continue to hide and hustling, I look at that more so as I'm going to say parts of it is needed. Sometimes it's just not sustainable over time. And that's why it's so important to integrate in the slowing down when it comes to the rest and recovery. Because if you don't have that, especially when it comes to your calling, then you're not going to be able to have the foresight, the energy, and everything that's needed in order to move forward and just to be here in the now as well, to be connected. And so don't disconnect from yourself and miss the opportunities by hiding and by hustling.
Really good, really good, really good. I mean, y'all, I'm glad we did this rotation system because each time I'm over here taking a new note. Vicky L. Evans, come on.
I just, Sharon, thank you for sharing that because it made me reflect on a decision that I have made this year. Anything that I invite into my life this year, and this has to do with doors too, is by invitation only. By invitation only. And the reason I say that is last year there were a lot of transitions for me. I transitioned from a lot of different things, and I learned those lessons that it's okay. I learned the power of no, being able to say no, I don't want to walk through that door. No, that's not the opportunity for me. And so this year, when I look at my life, it's by invitation only. If anything is not aligned with my destiny, if anything is not aligned with my purpose, then I am free to say no thanks. And so I'm focusing on that this year. I really am.
That's good. That's worth focusing on because that's going to go back to that selfpreneur opportunity that Sharon is saying. We're going to be able to have more time for ourselves. I can give you just a simple example of something that I've been doing recently. I have put my phone, I say, okay, you know what? I put my phone in the room, go in the living room and do some things that I want to do with my family and just unplugging, unwinding. And it's very intentional. So my mom was like, where's your phone? Where's your phone? My phone is in the room. If somebody has an emergency, I already know. I typically keep my phone with me because I have my children that I need to know if there's an emergency happening and things of that nature. But it is okay. I remember back in the day where if you had to get to a phone, you had to get to the pay phone. And you didn't have all of this stuff attached to you every waking moment. And so to be able to unplug and unwind and have a couple of hours that you're doing something with your family, I think God would approve that it's okay for you to go ahead and eat some popcorn and watch a show and chill out and hug and cuddle in a blanket with your family. I think that he would endorse that. What do y'all think?
Oh, I agree.
Absolutely.
You know, I agree.
Absolutely.
All right. So a lot of audience comments came in. I want to take a moment before we would transition to any other topics and acknowledge. Let's see. And some of you, let's go. Athena, Sunshine, read the comment.
Hey, that comes from my bestie, Carmelita. She says, I like that. Yeah. The power of no.
You were taking some notes over there for later, right? Go ahead.
Yes. Psychological perspective 12. Oh, that's Dr. Tawanda. She's viewing with us from YouTube. She says, wow.
Oh, okay. Let's go over to you, Vicky L. Evans. Read a couple of these. Let's see.
It's not balance.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
Gotta balance.
Gotta
balance. Walk with expectation. Absolutely. Gotta do that as well. What you expect, you can reflect.
That's right. Come on.
I like those words, like those rhyming words. I'm a poet as well.
Say it again. Okay. Say the poetic version.
What you expect, you can reflect.
See, for some reason, I just feel like I need to put you up here on that one. So let me get you to say it one more time. Vicky L. Evans in her poetic.
What you expect, you can reflect. Be what you expect. And then you can reflect it.
And I say inspect what you expect. That's what I think that's important too. Sometimes we have expectations, but we don't always go back and inspect them. So it's like you thought that was happening. That's not what was happening because you didn't inspect what you thought. Okay. Come on, Natasha, give us a reading here.
Well, we just got yes, and there's an exclamation mark and an extra S. That's why I have to say it with emphasis.
Come on, let's read this next one from Shalonda.
Take no shorts. Shouting out the sunshine expert, Miss Athena.
Oh yeah, everybody love Miss Athena. Come on, Sharon D. Brown. Read this one right here.
God is faithful to open doors of opportunities, understanding, or provisions when we trust in Him.
Thank you, Jesus. When we trust in Him. Read this one too.
Yep. fear will keep you stagnated.
Y'all notice the self-carepreneur expert feels that way for sure. All right, and this one says, yes, Miss Vicky, come through, Miss Vicky. Everybody's saying yes, Miss Vicky over there. That's our expert of many hats. This is a woman of many hats, y'all. And as you can see, when she comes on, she pops on a different hat, and that's what she brings.
My discernment hat right here. This is my discernment hat.
Discerning what? Tell us.
You see, there's two different colors here. Which one is the right? Which one is the right? This is my discernment hat. Which door you gonna walk through? Is this the right one? Or is this the right one? Which one? Discernment.
Oh, you're gonna make us all run and go in a closet and throw on a hat, a two-tone hat, because we're gonna make some decisions around here. All right, let's see. Natasha, read that one if you will.
Amen. So true.
Yes, read this one as well.
Hi, beautiful ladies.
Hey, psychological perspective. No, you didn't use your whole government. It's a government version name. Psychological perspective 1292. Yeah,
I like it.
I love it. I love it. Okay, let's see. Oh, sunshine expert. Go ahead and read this. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute.
So Mr. Rafiki says, grace and peace, ladies.
Grace and peace.
And y'all don't know, but have y'all put 2 and 2 together yet about Rafiki? You see how she's smiling with her back?
That smiling body language says it all.
It says it all.
Wait a minute.
It all.
Yes.
Now you're getting it. Okay.
Okay, sis. Nice.
Be nice. Okay, it's top. Go ahead.
And he top fans.
Don't start speaking in tongues now. Don't start speaking in tongues.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We're just welcoming all top fans to the Kim Jacobs Show. That is what we're doing.
Well, Rafiki is Rafiki. Rafi? Is Raphael? Is that Rafiki?
Right.
Oh, okay. That is Raphael?
That is.
Okay, because I was gonna say, why am I misinterpreting this? So this is right.
Oh, I knew that was honey.
That's why I was like,
Something
this
had to
gotta
be going on there.
Misunderstanding. Okay. Don't be trying to throw me off over there.
Not at all, sis. I thought we were here.
Let me get back in my
I didn't know him, and I was right there.
I know. That's why I was like, she's trying to say. Okay, anyway, let me get back into my professional hosting voice. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. And now we have Vicky L. Evans. She said, "Good morning, everyone." Rafiki, he tagged his followers because he's like, everybody gonna follow this beautiful sunshine expert. All right, y'all. I hope I didn't miss any comments, but let's just transition if we can. Let me go back. If we can, I'd like to, did anybody not get a chance to make a point that you wanted to make regarding opportunities and doors being open before we transition?
I have one.
Yeah, come on.
Because it's something that I dealt with as a child, and right now I don't. Okay. I'm different. My self-esteem is in a good place. Yeah. But just because you experience rejection, don't mean it's a reflection on you.
That's
Come on, Hat.
It may be that is the door that you do not. We've been saying it the whole time, that you do not need to enter in. And so many times we take rejection personally. I know I did, but it's a redirection. Rejection, redirection. Maybe it's time to go a different way. So if that door doesn't open for you, if it closes in your face, redirect. Maybe that's not the door for you, baby.
That's good. That is, and I've talked about that as well, because rejection sometimes is God's protection for us, especially as Christians. I believe that there are some doors that he is intentionally trying to prevent us from going through. And he's on the one side trying to pull it away from us. And we're reaching out and we're like, oh, I'm going to make this thing happen. I'm determined to pull this to me. And God is like, if you just step back a little bit and see what I'm intending to do in this situation, it'll be for your good. But you're so determined to make it be what you want it to be And so rejection is, in my opinion, God's protection of us as his children. Okay, I see a lot of comments coming in, man. Madam Sin says fire, 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 fire. Okay, and executed messages soaring, gems, God gems. Okay. And then yes, I see all of your comments that are coming in. Oh, wait, Rafiki typed a whole bunch. He's okay, Athena, you're gonna have to there's a whole
sure. It says all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. So with that being said, I feel like it's all about taking accountability in 2026 and making others take accountability for themselves as well. We have to pray for the spirit of discernment and allow God to push us to whatever opportunities or assignments are for us, and continue to not lean into our own understanding, but trust in him with all of our hearts, and he will direct our path.
See, you're the only one on this panel that would have that level of patience to read that, and that's why, because Lynn said it best. That's her boo. That's her boo. Now, you know what? That actually puts me in the mind of we have patience for people, certain people, but we don't have patience for everybody. And that's probably a good transition to some of the trending topics that's happening right now in society. I don't know which ones y'all want to talk about. Anybody have one that's burning in your heart that you want to share? No. All right. Trust me, I'm not about to go bringing them up if y'all don't have them. I'll just let it go. I'll let it go. And
just keep praying for everybody.
Huh?
Just keep praying for everybody. Just keep everybody prayed up. Let's just pray for everybody. We see a lot of stuff. Just because we see it, I mean, we got to comment on it, So let's just continue to keep everybody in prayer and move forward, because we don't know the beginning or the end. Only God knows. And so, it's best when people don't share their personal opinions, but, just pray for people, because there's so much going on. And, some of the stuff that we go through externally or internally, all our stuff is not on display, it's between us and God. And God deals with us, like he deals with everybody else. So yeah, we're just gonna pray for everybody. I speak for the whole.
Yeah. And anybody else have a comment or thoughts pertaining to it? Please feel free to chime in. My take on things is, because I did a lot of deep diving in case somebody did bring up a topic on today's Freestyle Friday. I was like, Lord have mercy, I better be prepared, because I have lots of thoughts. And what it did was it kept making me go back to the fact that if we don't have love, Apostle Paul talks about in the Word of God, then we are nothing. And so it is so important for us to show love with people that we agree with, love the people that we don't agree with. Because there are some things that I'm hearing and seeing I 100% don't agree with. But regardless of whether I agree with it or I don't agree with it, I still need to have a loving posture in the situation regarding all parties involved. And so for me to be on one side of the fence and I'm attacking another side of the fence in the name of God, I don't think that God would. It actually makes me cry, because I do not believe that God would have his representatives representing him and saying that I am an ambassador of Christ, but I'm going to do everything I can to hurt this individual and to cause shame. Because if we see somebody that's in a fault, we're supposed to restore. We're supposed to go to great measures to restore the person, not to berate them or belittle them or hurt them or anything like that. That's just not. And then the other hat that I wear is, if you really want to be technical, because I go from a technical perspective. So I was doing research and I was like, back in the day, men wore dresses, technically, and they wore cloaks. And anyway, I don't need to go too far, because my whole thing is, it's like, so it's just so important that we be mindful and that we show love to everybody instead of hurting people. And I don't know whether it's intentional or unintentional, because sometimes it's not that it's an intent to go and harm somebody with what we're saying. We're just in the moment and we're caught up in saying a few things, but not knowing the aftermath or the after effect of how it's really going to misrepresent Christ. I don't know. That's my take on it.
Well, I
Whoosh.
think piggyback on both
I
you
agree
and,
with you
Tina.
because who was that, Natasha?
Oh yeah. Let me
Go
just
ahead.
say quickly. I was just going to say the Bible says love covers a multitude of sins. What does covering do? Covering shelters, it protects. So our response in love is not to expose and create more harm. And so I think, we sometimes in the age of social media, everything's about being the first one and the one in the know. And so we get caught up in being the one to disseminate information, but that may not be the most loving response.
That's really well said. I'm glad you said that. Go ahead, Vicky, too, please.
So as a person who uses her words as a profession to make plays, words are so important to me. And so I just feel like we are responsible for every word that we speak because believe it or not, words have power. They can build up, they can tear down, and we are responsible for our words. Not only are we responsible for our words, we are responsible for our actions and how we react to situations. Sometimes it's our reaction that makes it worse than the situation.
Yeah.
And so I always just want to make that point, and examine myself. What are you saying? What are you doing? What are your actions? What are you reflecting? Because, I may not agree with something, but it's how I react to what I don't agree with.
That's right.
And so, as you have said, if I'm tearing that person down or saying negative things about that person, how am I being an effective representative of Christ? I am not
That's
when
right.
I'm in that mode. And so I'm always checking myself because, listen, there are days when I might be in a situation and I want someone to show me grace and mercy and not tear me down or do something like that to me. So I'm always evaluating me, making sure that I don't do the same thing that I don't want done to me.
That's right. Do unto others as you have done to you. And Rafiki says, with everything there is a word. However, it is okay to sometimes not say anything at all. Let go and let God. Sometimes it's okay to say, God bless you. Mm-hmm. And again, it does not mean that you're a weaker person or that you look at you. The facts are the facts. The fruit is the fruit. And there's a lot of theories because the facts are the facts. All of those are accurate statements. These are the facts. The fact is this. The fact is that. The fact is it was on a public display. Different things that were said and shared are right there in writing or right on videos. So the facts are the facts. So nobody can deny those facts. But I just think that we should just be mindful of how we handle each other, even in analyzing the facts. That's Kim Jacobs' personal opinion. And let me make sure I put, because there's a lot of times when from a legal perspective, people want to know, well, what's your stance? The views expressed by the guest do not always reflect that of the Kim Jacobs Show or Kim Jacobs, CTR Media Network, Gabe's Heart Foundation, Mother Dreamer Movement, Promise Fellowship Church, and even my own personal views are my views. They don't always reflect that of each of these entities as well. So what I'm sharing are simply my personal views. I do have views and I do express them to God. I express to God, I am not happy with how these people are being handled in this situation. I think it's ungodly and it's not appropriate and it should be handled differently. And if given the opportunity with the one-on-one individuals, if they ask me my opinion, I will tell them my thoughts because I'm not the person to bite my tongue in that regard either. Because if you ask, then you want me to give you the feedback, and I will. But to just go and blast it publicly to hurt other people, I'm not going to do that. Okay, I don't know, this is probably a good time for me to just go ahead and ask y'all, if y'all are believing that the Kim Jacobs Show is bringing balance to your home faithfully. We come into your house Monday through Friday, every weekday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I know that people's lives are becoming better as a result of us bringing our programming into your home. The only way that we're able to sustain the program, the subscriptions, the guests, the different things that do cost different amounts is by having partners like yourself that pour into our broadcast. So just take a moment, if you will, and whatever way is best for you to support the Kim Jacobs Show, whether it's Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, whatever way, make sure you take a moment to do that, and it's greatly appreciated. I do also have a sponsor today, and I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge, if you have not registered for it's a free gifted class, Legacy Now, how to realign your life and lead with clarity. I am going to put in the comment section a link. It's a Zoom registration link. And this woman is the author of Be Great, a new book. It's an international best-selling book on Amazon. And she's offering, her name is Letitia Lamar. She's offering a free masterclass on January 15th at 7 p.m. Don't scan the QR code. I would like for you to just use this link that I put over in the comment section. That's the link that'll take you there. If you want to leave clear, aligned, and leave equipped, then make sure you're a part of this free masterclass. It will change the trajectory of your life. The book is called Be Great, and you want to definitely get your copy of this book right away as well on Amazon. Okay. Any closing thoughts? Let's go and get any comments or thoughts. Vicki, anything you want to say?
Well, this has been a great moment. And so I can also put that in I'm glad I was invited to this wonderful expression of thoughts. So it aligns with what I'm looking for, or what I'm projecting this year. Invite me and I'll come if it's something that aligns with my itinerary, if it aligns with my purpose. I am glad to come. Yes, I started a new brand this year, and it's kind of based on on this show, excuse me. Drop it up there again, Kim, so I can say what I was going to say. It aligns with this broadcast. It's called Vicki L. Evans Production, A Woman Who Wears Many Hats. Yes, and those hats include, I provide theater consulting, book consulting, esteem building, coaching, all of that under this umbrella. So check me out.
And how can they stay connected with you, Vicki?
Well, I have a website, and that's my full name, VickiLEvans.com. And my email address, I'm going to change it later on, but I'm going to go ahead and give this one. It's VickiLEvans@gmail.com. I do have a new one. It's VickiLEvansProductions@gmail.com.
Nice.
VickiLEvansProductions@email.com. See, I like to align everything with what I'm doing. So just wanted to put that out there, and I look forward to seeing you maybe at one of my productions. I have on April the 18th, I'm doing our 4th annual AAPG 10-minute play festival. So if you're in the Charlotte area, it's going to be Saturday, April 18th at CPCC Tate Hall. So come on and get some good. To each one of my playwrights, they will give you a 10-minute, one-act play. 10 minutes each. And then after those sessions, then we get audience feedback. So it's going to be really, really fun, really great. I will be putting that information on my website today. So I hope that you guys will join us.
Okay. And that's Saturday, April 18th.
Mm-hmm.
At what time?
3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Central Piedmont Community College. If you're wondering what CPCC means, Central Piedmont Community College, and the specific auditorium is Tate Hall, and that is in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's the main campus of CPCC.
Okay, so we put all of that up. It's in the comment section. You have no reason not to stay connected with Vicki L. Evans, and her new email address is VickiLEvansProductions@gmail.com. And so stay connected. Natasha, say a closing comment, if you will.
My closing comment is Sharon touched on the nervous system earlier. So my closing comment is do what supports your nervous system, being calm. We don't necessarily realize how activated we live life with it, and we need to allow it to settle. We can't think clearly when we are always activated. And so here we talked about opening doors and what choices to make. how can you make a choice when you're so revved up that there's no clarity? So, the Bible says, be still. Part of the being still is because in the stillness we can hear, we can be clear, we can access information.
That's really good. Being still. Tell everybody how they can stay connected with you.
All right. So on my social media, I'm at Natasha A. Halliday. My website is natashahalliday.com. And that's the way to stay in touch. Get on my IG or my Facebook, my LinkedIn, get in touch, drop a line, go on my website, see what I do. I'm a therapist, it says, but I'm also a speaker, and I do some stand-up. And so, any way I can support people doing well in their mental health, I'm about it.
Excellent. Excellent. Athena Robertson, tell us a closing comment and how they can stay connected with you.
In this season, I touch and agree with all my sisters. Please take the wisdom and know to do all the things that was mentioned, as well as guard your peace. Guard your peace. Your peace is everything in this season. And if you do not have peace, then you are in chaos. And if you are in chaos, it's time for you to reset, rethink, and regroup. So guard your peace as you go through all open doors that God has aligned for you.
Excellent. And how do they stay connected with you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Athena Robertson on Facebook, Athena Robertson on LinkedIn. I gotta add that. Instagram is at Red Honey. That's REDHONII, as well as I am a mobile notary. I'll meet you where you are in the Mecklenburg area, county area. Reach out to me at 980-200-5740. And if you need to get back in school, if you want to take classes, you switching up careers, come see me down here at Central Piedmont Community College at CPCC and get in these classes, and let's make career moves.
All right. And the birthday girl, say your closing comment and how people can stay connected with you. And again, happy birthday. Thank you for sharing some of your time with us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for all of that. My closing comment is to pause on purpose, because when you pause on purpose, you're able to see the doors that are open and the doors that are closed as well. And so that's the main thing I really want to leave people with. And one of the ways that you can stay in contact with me, you can go to my website, Self-Care U Academy. I am on TikTok as well as Sassy Sharon, and then on Instagram as I am Sharon D. Brown. And I'm also on LinkedIn as well. And that is Sharon D. Brown on LinkedIn too.
You say Self-Care U?
Yeah, YOU, Self-Care U Academy.
Okay.
Website.com.
I just want to type that so people will have it. And I'll put that back up again. So it's selfcareuacademy.com. And then on Instagram, I am Sharon D. Brown. And you said some other things, but if you go there, you're gonna find her for sure. And the only thing I'll tell you all is just, again, walk in what you say you believe. If you believe God and that's who you're representing, then make sure that you walk accordingly. I encourage you to know that I do teach people how to start their own shows from scratch. Our next training is starting on January 21st. I take 5 students and we go on a 6-week journey to help you create your own virtual audio, video, and network ready show, all in a 6-week period. So if you're interested in letting your light shine and salting this earth, don't hide that gift and that talent inside yourself, because the rest of the world is missing out. You can reach out at 704-962-7161, or you can email me, kimjacobshow@gmail.com. It's my honor to be able to serve you in that capacity. And on January 14th, we have our next Walk by Faith Network luncheon. Pamela Luhing, if you have not connected with this woman, she is a powerhouse in motion, and she is our guest speaker on January 14th. Tickets are available on Eventbrite, so go ahead and get your ticket. If you want to Zelle your ticket amount, then you can just reach out to me and I'll make sure that you know how to do that by calling 704-944-3534. That is today's episode. I see all of the comments still saying stay in touch with Sharon D. Brown on Sassy Sharon D. Brown on TikTok. Y'all don't want to miss that. Happy birthday. People are saying hugs and all of that stuff. Thank you all for tuning into this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show, where we are bringing balance to the world one household at a time. Thank you, our Freestyle Friday experts. Y'all were amazing. All right, everybody. We'll see you again right here on another episode of the Kim Jacobs Show, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love you all. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference, and I look forward to you bringing your friends and family to join you in the virtual studio audience Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you and make it a great day.